Have you been making some amazing industry connects at fashion shows, at release parties, and at different venues? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about just that, how you can stay connected to those amazing contacts that you met at those amazing events. Let's go. Hey guys, what up? It's iDestiny. Welcome back, and this is the LA lifestyle on a budget, giving you skincare and thriftwear and a little bit of industry tips. So if that's what you're into, hit the subscribe button below. So I kind of wanted to expand a little bit. I've already done 2 videos on how to get into music videos. One I think came out like 2 or 3 years ago, and then I did an updated one for 2020. So if you guys have not seen that, it's just kind of like my general tips that are very, very different for this year on how to get into music videos, you know, model, do photo shoots, things like that. So if you haven't seen that, I'm gonna go ahead and link it up here on the cards for you to check out. But today I kind of wanted to dive a little bit deeper into one of the points that I brought up, and that was networking. So again, if you haven't seen that video, check it out, but I talk a lot about events you need to be attending, how to find those events to be able to network and kind of create those connects that you need to make it to the next level, whether it be, you know, just different types of entertainment industry gigs, modeling, music videos, runway, kind of things like that. So now that you guys kind of are aware of what you need to be looking for, the events that you need to be attending, how to find those specific events, I feel like one of the things that kind of falls flat is kind of connecting with those connects and maintaining those relationships so that you can continue to get booked in the future. So what this looks like, let's say you go to this amazing art gallery, you go to this amazing, you know, hip hop performance show, you know, whatever, maybe you go to a concert, maybe you go to like a networking mixer, whatever it may be within your industry, and you meet these amazing connects. You meet this one rapper who he's looking for people to be in his music video. You meet this one videographer and he's looking for people to shoot and to walk the runway at his show. You know, maybe you meet this chick and she's amazing, you know, painter, and she does body paint and she's looking for you to kind of be her physical live model, you know, on stage, just all these really cool opportunities, and you get all excited and you get their Instagrams and you get their emails, or maybe you guys exchange business cards, and then you dip out and it kind of falls flat. You never hear anything back from them. They never really reach out to you, and you're just kind of sitting there like, man, I made all these amazing connects. You know, every week I feel like I'm getting 10 to 15, you know, new followers or whatever, of people in the industry, and I'm creating this amazing Rolodex, but I have no idea how to use it. So that's what I kind of want to talk about in this video today, is really being consistent on connecting with your connects. So I have a friend who's really, really great at this. I've been trying to get him over on the T-Talks. So Larry, you know who you are. He's in a lot of my videos on my vlog series, Hustle Grind. So if you guys have not seen that playlist, I'm gonna link it up here. It's pretty much me networking at a lot of these events, you guys seeing a lot of the events and the possibilities that can kind of happen while you're either in LA, but a lot of you guys have really cool industries where you live, you can find people to connect with, but you're just not plugged in all the way. So my Hustle Grind series is pretty much showing me networking, doing shows, and making these connects, modeling and doing different things, and kind of how I do that, and the kind of friends that I've met in the networking industry that do that as well. But one of the main ways that I feel like people automatically fall flat and kind of get off the radar of these amazing connects that they've made is by not interacting with them on social media. So obviously, you know, you're not gonna see them every single day. You're not gonna be running into them every freaking where that you go, unless you're like right smack in the middle of Hollywood or something like that, or right smack in the middle of, you know, Dallas or downtown Atlanta, you know, someplace where, you know, those connects are popping. But obviously, if you're not running into them every day, how do you stay connected with them? So one of the things that I love to do, especially me being a mom now, I can't always go out to events and you know, be showing up on the red carpet 2-3 days a week like some of my friends do, who they actually go out and physically meet those connects and go to their events and things like that. But for me, who's, you know, at home, I have a lot of business I need to take care of. I'm setting up shoots, you know, I'm helping people choose models and different things. You know, I'm helping people with auditions. I'm helping people coordinate their events and things like that. For me, in order to stay connected with those connects, I'm on social media. So that means going through, you know, maybe taking a few minutes out of your day and going through and liking their pictures. If you know that they just had an event, if you know they just had some sort of launch, make sure you're going through and you're supporting them, you know, on social media. Go ahead, like those pictures, comment, be like, wow, you know, you look amazing, or wow, that seemed like a really cool event, or wow, you know, you did a great job. Whatever that positive comment may be, that reinforces you in their mind. Because what happens? You go to an event, you network, you follow some people, they follow you back, and then what happens? You forget who they are, you're scrolling through your timeline and you're like, who is that? Why am I following this person? And you don't even remember that you had like a 20-minute conversation with this amazing person and they're doing a project that you could possibly be a part of. So if you're not on the radar, you know, constantly kind of popping up in the back of their mind, they're not gonna remember you when it comes time to book. They're not gonna remember you when it's time to be like, oh man, you know, I remember she said that, you know, she modeled and she was a professional dancer. They're not gonna remember you when it comes to that. So You have to make sure you stay on the radar. And don't be that person who just reaches out when you want something. So this is my huge pet peeve. People do this to me all the time. And I have friends who, you know, sometimes their followers or whatever do this to them all the time. They follow them. They don't ever hear from them. They don't ever like any of their pictures or comment on anything that they're doing. But then they want to DM you and be like, hey, I just dropped my single, or hey, I'm doing an album release party. I would love for you to be there. And it's like, you don't ever like, comment, show up to anything that I'm doing. You don't ever support me in any way, shape, or form. You just need me when you need me, and that's it. So that is problematic. Don't do that. Don't be that person. Be the person who they constantly see little trickles of support here and there. You know, that makes them feel like, oh wow, this person is really interested in who I am as a person. They're interested in the art that I have to offer, and they're interested, you know, in maybe connecting with me and having the same type of art, you know, maybe a collaboration or something. That's what you're looking for. Those are the kind of more authentic relationships that continue to grow over time, because you guys are constantly kind of going back and supporting each other. And, you know, if they're a really good person, if they're really cool, like, you know, you thought they were when you first met them, they'll do the same thing. They'll reciprocate those likes, those comments, that level of support. Now, if you are not working like a full-time regular job, if your job is you literally spend all day, you know, maybe you're an extra on set and you're looking to kind of get involved in more projects, really set that time aside and hit up those events. So that means like, okay, you're literally on Instagram checking the timeline, like who's doing an event, who's doing something that I can show up to, be a part of, support, network even more. Because you know what happens? I have a friend, and when he moved out here, so there for those of you that don't know, who's in a lot of my vlogs, he literally moved out here from Missouri, and immediately, I want to say like, just automatically started going to events. And he was even working like full-time during this time. But he just immediately hit the pavement, started showing up to events, started showing up to people's red carpets, started showing up to people's recording sessions, all sorts of things. And he has like tens of thousands of followers on Instagram now. A lot of them are industry connects, and a lot of them are people that are just pining to want to know him and to draw information from him and to get him to show up to their events. People are trying to pay him to come to their events. They're like, please, you know, you have an amazing following. You know, everybody knows you in the industry. And literally, I cannot go anywhere with him without somebody being like, oh my god, so what's up, blah 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 blah. Like, people just are like attached to him, like they just know him. And half the time he's like, oh, I think I met them at this one thing, you know. Sometimes he's not even sure. But that's what happens. That's the power of really stepping out. If you know you don't have like a 9-to-5 that you're tied to, if you're somebody who's literally full-time in the entertainment industry, you're hustling, you're doing photo shoots here and there, you know, you're doing extra work, whatever, you're hustling. If that's you, you can really set aside the time, especially because a lot of the really dope, and here's kind of like a little cheat sheet, kind of industry secret tip, a lot of the dope industry events where you meet the most amazing people to connect with that are doing things, those events are during the week. Those events are not on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Why? Because Friday, Saturday, Sunday is when regular people are off their jobs. And I don't mean regular to like belittle, but it's just like people that work 9 to 5, you know, just everyday people that are not trying to be in the industry. Those are the days when they go out. So that's when, you know, the clubs open up and let everybody come in, and, you know, people are partying and drinking and go to bars, because that's when they de-stress. But for the industry, they assume that that's your full-time career, that that's your full-time job. So they open up, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because people are having events. That's when venues open up and allow themselves to be booked by singers and rappers and artists and things like that that are doing different types of networking events. A lot of red carpet events take place Monday through Thursday because of that factor. So that's when you want to go out and network if you don't have a 9-to-5 job that you're tied to, where you have to be in bed by 9 or you're not going to be able to get up. If you have an open schedule, hit up those events. Be proactive, because the thing is, you know, the first 10 to 15 events, you might be like, oh, I'm tired. But eventually you'll start seeing a lot of the same people. The industry is very, very small. There's times where I've only gone to like maybe 3 or 4 events, and like half the people there were people that I already met at the previous event. And what happens? People start seeing your face regularly. They start noticing you. People start knowing your name, and they go, oh, you know so-and-so? Oh, yeah, I met so-and-so at this event. Oh, they were really cool. Hey, you know, she models. Hey, what's that girl's name? I saw you connected with her last week. You know, she says she dances or whatever. And that's kind of how you build your buzz. So that's a really great way to be able to get into the industry, get in people's minds, and connect with them on an ongoing basis, because they're constantly seeing you at these events. They know if they show up, you know, they're DMing you like, hey, girl, you know, I'm going to be at this fashion show. Are you coming? Because they're so used to seeing you out. That's what you want. That's how you kind of build your persona. And then also making sure your outfit's on point every time you step out. Don't just be like, this, you know, this is like my casual, like, okay, I'm working at home, I'm on the computer, I'm editing, I'm calling people, I'm making those contacts. But when you step out, make sure you're on point. Make sure whatever your brand is that you're representing that. Don't go out and be looking all sloppy and stuff before you even get to the event. That's something that people do that have 9 to 5s. They go out on the weekend and they get crap faced because they're wilding. You know, that's their time to kind of let loose or whatever. This is work for you. Go out, be sober. You know, when they have an open bar, a lot of these events, they have, you know, open bars, have 1 or 2 glasses and, you know, call it a day and, you know, cut yourself off. Don't just be over there, you know, getting slap faced or whatever. People start to notice and be like, ooh, you know, homegirl was kind of. So I want to say those are the 2 main ways. There's other ways as well. You know, you can send out emails and stuff like that. But in the entertainment industry, it's a little bit more laid back. So you really want to look for those ways that are kind of like fun and hip, you know, Instagram, Twitter, connecting with people that way, you know, really getting involved in what they're doing and really showing interest in what they're doing. But I'm thinking of maybe adding more to this series and kind of going more in depth on those tips that I did in the how to get into music videos in 2020. So if you guys would love to see that, comment below, let me know. If there's a specific topic, I get you guys kind of DMing me sometimes and just asking for like more specifics. If there's something that you want me to address here on the channel that you think that, you know, more of you would like to know, comment below, let me know. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video if you want to see more. I'll be posting more as usual. Make sure to do well and be well, and I'll see you later. Bye.